Hi, my name is Jasmine Braden, and I am a student at Queen's University of Charlotte in the Master of Arts in Communication program. This presentation today is on Chapter 9 of Communication Ethics Literacy by Arnett, Fritz, and Bell, Intercultural Communication Ethics, before the conversation begins, with an emphasis on the subsection about culture. During this presentation, we will define intercultural communication ethics and culture, as well as provide examples through the use of the movie Black or White, and tie it all together with an article. How do we define intercultural communication ethics? According to Arnett, Fritz, and Bell, intercultural communication ethics protects and promotes the good of a particular culture, understanding culture as the shaping force behind persons and communities. Our communication ethics responsibility is to learn about other cultures without presupposing that each culture is simply equal in ethical importance to one another, and to forego the assumption that the individual is primary. So what is culture? Culture is the communicative practices, traditions, and stories that give identity to a group of people. One could go a step further and say that culture is also defined by the language, religion, cuisine, social habits, music, and arts of a given people. One often notices its own culture while learning about another through meeting that culture and realizing they're working in a contrasting fashion, countering our cultural assumptions. Culture also acts as a guide by shaping our identities and providing meaning and stability to human life. Cultures do not treat the individual in the same fashion. The communicative supposition about the importance of the individual is a derivative of a particular culture. In the US, the individual is the point of communicative origin. Alexis de Tocqueville states in his work, Democracy in America, to take individual action and ideas as autonomous is not a reality, but a cultural construct. I chose the movie Black or White starring Kevin Costner and Octavia Spencer to serve as an example of culture and just how complicated it can be. Black or White is the story of a grandfather who is suddenly left to care for his biracial granddaughter. When her paternal grandmother seeks custody, the little girl is torn between families who deeply love her. With the best of intentions at heart, both families fight for what they feel is right and are soon forced to confront their true feelings about race, forgiveness, and understanding. This particular scene finds Octavia Spencer's character challenging Costner's character to acknowledge that their granddaughter is in fact half black and that there are things he just will not be able to help her with as she grows up.
Well, wait a minute. You're not going to take me to court, are you? Eloise is happy where she is.
Louise needs more love than just what her grandfather can give her. Now, Carol, God rest her soul. Carol was a mom. She and I, we had us a bond. Therefore, I had no reason to worry about my grandbaby.
And now you do.
Well, certain things a man can do, certain things a woman can do. I don't want to have to be the one to spell that out to you, Elliot, especially a man your age.
I already told her that you're all welcome to come visit.
I'm thinking with things the way they are. Life dealing us all the hands we've been dealt. She's been dealt. We need to start talking about a shared custody.
Not going to happen.
No?
No. Like I say, you're all welcome to come visit.
But you don't want her down here, do you, Elliot? Down here with the black folks.
Don't start with that.
Got a little black math tutor. Is that gonna do it? Take care of that whole half of her soul.
What is it with you? Why do you always have to go there?
What is it with you that you don't want to admit that there's a there?
The article I chose as an example to tie everything together is The Concept of Culture in Media Studies, a critical review of academic literature by Melodine Sommier. This article examines the way culture has been researched in media studies and suggests how critical intercultural communication could contribute to the field. I believe this article brought up three important facts about culture. Those being, culture is about meaning. Representations, practices, values, and identities have cultural meanings that are discursively constructed and tap into previous cultural discourses to be meaningful. Cultural resonance. The way the media frames that natural cultural common sense, values, or ideology are both instinctually employed by journalists and easily accepted by the public. Culture is multi-layered. Culture is a multi-layered notion, and reducing it to the single aspect of nationality can be detrimental to both the idea of nation and culture. Nations are multicultural. in the literal meaning of the word, that is, made out of multiple cultures. This fact in particular really ties in with the movie Black or White. For someone that is multi ethnic, it can oftentimes be difficult to find where you belong amongst the different cultures that are making you who you are. In conclusion, I think Sommier said it very well in her article that, quote, being aware of the representations we have of ourselves and others, as well as the reasons why these representations are constructed and conveyed, is central to understanding and tolerance towards others. This is especially relevant now that more and more people cross borders and that communication between cultures is faster, easier, and therefore increasingly common. Unquote. Thank you so much for watching.